Hey everyone! I thought this would be a good time to tell a bit about my story, what led me to using, what it was like when I was using, and how I got clean. So, I got assaulted when I was 12, and to cover up the pain, I used alcohol because I heard through the media and from friends that it would help me feel better, and it did. um, so, I started drinking daily right away. I was immediately addicted and smoking weed and just partying all the time. Um, I got expelled when I was 13 for trafficking, and I honestly didn't even know what that word meant until I got expelled for it. Um, yeah, my mom was pissed, and I promised her that I'd stop using, and I couldn't. I had no idea what I was dealing with back then. When I was 14, I got into a horrific car accident and suffered a traumatic brain injury. I made sure a separate video about that if you guys want to know any more about it. But just the consensus for this story is that I wasn't allowed to drink for at least a year. And I only made it 6 months. Like, I knew that I could possibly die and it didn't matter to me. I was miserable when I was sober, completely miserable. And didn't know how to manage my pain. That's the main reason that I would use, and I would use so much, is because I did not know how to manage my pain. I didn't feel safe talking about it at home, and I was just bursting with pain daily. Um, so after that, I was just drinking every day, and I wasn't a very nice person back then. Like, I would be cheating on my partners all the time. I would be very mean to my sister. We still talk about that sometimes. I didn't mean to be. But yeah, and I was constantly lying. Anyways, you guys know what it's like. um, and then when I was 18, I had to get a jaw surgery. And that's when I got introduced to narcotics. I was honestly very against drugs until that jaw surgery. But I enjoyed the oxys, but I wanted something else. And my boyfriend at the time and I tried a bunch of different drugs until I found my drug of choice, which was cocaine. And that changed my life. I was immediately hooked on that too, because it made me feel awake. And when you have a traumatic brain injury, you are tired like all the time. I still am, like, all the time. You can probably see that I look tired right now. But yeah, and the cocaine took me down really fast. I started using it at 18 and hit my bottom at 23. There were many interventions in between, but nothing helped. The longest I could ever stay sober was 6 months. And at 23, I was on the verge of losing my job, my apartments, my accounts were going to be frozen. Like, I was screwed, completely screwed. And I honestly couldn't get high anymore. So when my mom said, "Are you ready to go to treatment?" I just said an enthusiastic yes. And I jumped in with both feet. I found a higher power. I did everything they said, and honestly, I'm so glad that I did. I can tell you a bit more about my recovery in some other videos, but I just thought that I would share a bit about where I come from and why I can relate on such a deep level. Thank you.